A study by a Michigan nonprofit is looking into how the city of Kalamazoo approaches diversity, equity, and inclusion within its staff. Tonight, his findings were brought before city commissioners. News 8's David Horak was at the meeting and has that story for us all new tonight.
Yeah, at their committee of the whole meeting tonight, city commissioners were presented a 155-page assessment from the Michigan Public Health Institute outlining some pretty interesting disparities when it comes to race, gender, and their own work environment.
It's not race exclusive, but we got to deal with it.
The months-long study by the nonprofit Michigan Public Health Institute found microaggressions in workplace culture that were unaddressed if reported and a lack of standardized DEI protocols. Dorla Bonner, who was brought on to be the city's director of diversity, equity, and inclusion, says there are polar extreme differences in perspective, even those in leadership positions.
One leader said that we're hurting is painful. You got a couple of leaders. And then another leader said to me, I wonder if the people of color are telling the truth. To me, my response was, well, I'm pretty sure they are, because that's my experience too.
According to the study, almost 3 times as many black city employees and twice as many Hispanic employees experienced unfair treatment compared with white employees. It also says women experienced twice as many compared to their male counterparts.
We had a preponderance of data around black employees and women employees that said when they reported these things, they were unaddressed. And that often led to them not reporting them in the future because of a fear that nothing would happen.
Commissioners were overwhelmingly receptive to the findings, promising change and hoping the data is a catalyst for what's to come.
We shouldn't have to fight for a spot at the table. It makes no sense. We all have the greatest thing in common, and it's our humanity. And there is no one in this place greater than another. And we have to see that. We have to see that for what it is.
So to come here and have to live in this environment, it is unjust, it's unfair, and I'm with you. We're gonna do something about it. And we can change this. This is real.
Bonner says progress from such changes won't be felt for a few years, but the time is now to go the same way together.
You cannot reap the fruit of righteousness and justice when the soil is not prepared to nurture the seeds of truth. Righteousness and justice can only flourish when truth is received and responded to. This report is our truth.
So we'll find out in the coming weeks or months which recommendations the city will implement from this study, which you can find in its full detail on this story at woodtv.com. But for now, Bonner says that the study is still a work in progress. They still have some employee surveys to get to, which should be wrapped up as early as the end of this week. We are in Kalamazoo. David Horak, News 8.